Hello, and welcome to the setup and configuration of the Atlona AT-GAIN-M50-LZ 50-watt mixer amplifier and AT-GAIN-VOLl volume control wall plate. The Atlona AT-GAIN-M50-LZ is a two-input mixer amplifier designed for low-impedance education and commercial applications. The amplifier delivers either two channels of 25 watts each into 4 or 8 ohms, or a single channel of 50 watts. The GAIN-M50LZ features two unbalanced stereo audio inputs on RCA and 3.5mm connections with independent level control for each. An unbalanced 3.5mm output allows for the mixed signal to be passed to an assistive listening system or separate amplifier. The GAIN-M50LZ includes unique capabilities intended for education applications. Ducking automatically lowers the program audio level on input 1 when a teacher speaks into a microphone system connected to the unbalanced input 2. PA sense or trigger mutes the output of the amplifier during a public address announcement. Both features ensure important lesson material and announcements are heard clearly. The compact plenum-rated enclosure allows the amplifier to be mounted in a variety of locations, such as under a desk or table, on a wall behind a display, or in the ceiling. The amplifier includes an RS-232 port for automated operation from Velocity or third-party control systems. It also supports remote volume control from the optional AT-GAIN-VOLl wall plate. The GAIN-M50 is adjusted with the front panel through Velocity and third-party control systems, and the AT-GAIN-VOLl. In this video, we're going to walk through those adjustments as well as how to change the presets and update the firmware. There are two audio sources. Stereo RCA cables can be connected to input 1, 3.5mm stereo cable to input 2. Use of the front panel port button configures the levels of the two inputs and the output. Once selected, you can use the level plus or minus to adjust the audio levels. The mute button will mute the audio output only. The outputs may be wired for 2x25 at 4 or 8 ohms or 1x50 at 4 or 8 ohms bridged. Make sure to set the mode between mono or stereo and set the speaker toggle to the correct impedance. We are going to show you how to change the settings via the API. This means you may wish to reset the unit to factory settings. Simultaneously press and hold the port and ducking for 10 seconds. The LED indicators will flash when the factory reset has occurred. Release the port and ducking when the LED flashing begins. Like our extenders, we use a tool to upload the firmware to the GAIN-M50LZ. You can locate it on the product page. If there is a firmware change, it will be located here on this tab. Unzip the file and make sure to remember where it is located. In most instances, it will be in the Downloads folder of your computer. You will need to connect your USB-C cable to your computer. While powering up the unit, hold down the port button. All of the lights will begin to flash. This is putting the unit into a local drive mode. Under your Explorer, you should see a new drive, usually drive D. Open the Updater tool and select that drive. Now you can locate the firmware file on your computer. Next, select the Update Firmware button, and once the firmware is complete, you need to remove the USB-C and reboot the unit. Audio ducking is a technique where the volume of one sound, usually background music, is automatically reduced when another sound, often from a voice or main audio, is present. Ducking temporarily lowers the volume level of a specified audio signal anytime a second specified audio signal is present. This image shows two separate audio channels, voice and background audio. The area highlighted in purple is between 15 and approximately 22. This indicates a time at which the audio ducking takes place, that is, when the voice audio is present. At 15, the background audio is automatically reduced to a level indicated by the shaded area in orange. This reduction in volume of the background audio is performed through a technique called sidechain compression, which uses the level of one audio channel to trigger a compressor in order to control the volume of another audio channel. The AT-GAIN-M50-LZ offers 4 values for adjusting the ducking performance. The shaded area in orange in this image will be examined to understand how these settings function. Attack is the time measured in milliseconds required to reduce the audio track's volume to the designated ducking level. Release is the time in milliseconds that it takes the background audio to return to normal levels after the voice audio signal stops. Program decrease is the maximum volume reduction in decibels that occurs when the ducking is triggered. The program decrease region lies between the attack and release phases. The audio trigger level in decibels is when the trigger level is exceeded, the audio ducking is activated, reducing the background audio channel volume. Once the audio level falls below this threshold, the background audio returns to its normal volume. The following presets are used for the AT-GAIN-M50LZ. To adjust these levels, changes must be made through the API. You may wish to change these values depending on the microphone type or the ambient space. This preset is turned on by selecting the ducking button on the front of the panel. Let's take a look at the API and how we can adjust the ducking settings using the mic function. We are going to connect via RS-232 and send commands using the free tool called Hercules. The default baud rate is 115.2, and the first thing we want to do is check the status of the device. We're going to send the command system STA. We can see the sensitivity, reduce or decrease, attack and release times. Let's change the sensitivity to -25 and the release to 900. The GAIN-M50 has a few power control features intended to reduce the energy consumption when not in use. The unit will automatically go into network standby if no audio is detected for 15 minutes. It will come out of standby with the press of any button on the front panel or upon receiving the PW on command over RS-232. To enable audio detection for coming out of standby as well, make sure to use the PW off command over RS-232 to change the mode. We also may use velocity to control the GAIN-M50. You can connect it via the template by connecting the master volume mute and the master volume on the GAIN-M50 device card. You can also add control links via the custom UI by using the slider and DSP widget. Finally, if you do not have a control system and the GAIN-M50 front panel is not easily accessible, you can use the GAIN-VOLl volume control wall plate to control the output volume. Simply wire the GAIN-VOLl on the back of the unit and you can now control the volume output. For more information on the AT-GAIN-M50-LZ and the AT-GAIN-VOLl, go to www.atlona.com.